Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum da dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum da dum. Higher and away, so close and yet so far away. Everything that you ever dreamed of, close enough for you to taste, but you just can't touch. You want another world and you haven't know your name yet. Wonder where and how you gonna make it. And you know you can if you get the chance. In your face and the door keeps slamming. Like you're feeling all kinds of impatient, waiting. You live and we learn. It takes one step at a time. No need to rush. Like learning to fly or falling in love. It's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen, and you'll find the reasons why. One step at a time. This is Her Path, Her Pace, episode 28. Take one. Action. Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Her Path, Her Pace, and I am your host, Shay. Thank you for joining me on another lovely Tuesday. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And if you are returning, thank you for going on this ride with me, and welcome back, y'all. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and get started and dive right into life lately. So y'all know how I kept saying, like, these past few episodes, how like life is like so imbalanced and all the things? Well, guess what? We are now in August. And when I tell you August is jam packed, I am not kidding. August is jam packed. I have stuff to do literally every weekend, every week. It's something, and this was all pre-planned before it got here, and now we're here, and I'm like, oh, I don't know who I thought I was. I don't know what time I thought I had. I don't know what superhuman I thought I could be. But we're gonna make it work, okay? Because we're here, and it's literally the last month before summer's over, and so we're just gonna keep it rolling, and we're gonna do the things because we already planned it and paid for things, and so things are still gonna get done. Okay. And speaking of it being the last month of summer, we gotta talk about the summer bucket list. How is the summer bucket list going for y'all? Please let me know. Be honest, because let me tell y'all, my summer bucket list got cut short. Not even just my summer bucket list, my summer. Okay, my summer got cut short. My summer was over the moment I started working this new job. My summer done. Summer bucket list out of there. Who's that? Who is she? Don't know. Like I said, all I've been doing is going to work, coming home, doing schoolwork, and going to sleep. And then, I have to make time, find time, stress out some time for literally everything else in my life. So yeah, summer bucket list donezo. I did not get to do it. Hopefully, prayerfully, I can, still close out the summer and get some more things done on it. The update that I last gave y'all about what I did, that's still the same things that I've done. I haven't done anything else, haven't done anything more. So, yeah, that's where we are. I gave it a valid effort. And like I said, August is still summer. Don't count out August. August is still a summer baby. Okay, so we still got some time before the end of the month. But the end of the month is rolling around. And, well, yeah. Realistic expectation of it getting done, very, 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 very slim. However, we're going to do our darn best to do what? Get some more things knocked off that bucket list. We're going to do it. We're going to try. We're going to put our best foot forward and try. So like I said, let me know down below in the comments, or you can DM me, message the podcast, and let me know, how is the summer bucket list going for you? Okay? I hope it's going better than mine. I hope your summer is still on and popping and rolling, baby. So now that we are all caught up, let's go ahead and talk about those glow up goals. Okay, guys. So for this week's glow up goal, glow up grace in action, goal in action, whatever. Okay. Sorry, I don't know. So for this week's glow up goal, glowing in action, our thing of the week, I am daring us all to this week in our journals on a daily basis take the time to journal at least one thing of gratitude, because like we've been on this, well, I've been on this, soapbox and like this journey of shifting perspective and finding the light in the dark and not letting the negativity rain down. So like last week we were doing daily devotion, daily meditation to set our minds right, or to reset our mindset, and to step in or to relax or wind down, whichever time of the day you did that. That was the whole purpose of last week's, and I pray you continue to do it. I know I'm going to continue doing my daily devotion because it genuinely did help me. It helped set the tone for my day, set my mood for the day. And no matter what came my way and what happened, as tired and as drained as I was able to push through, and I made it through. And I all in all felt lighter, and I felt a whole lot better. So I'm going to continue that practice. However, you don't have to if you don't want to, child. It's all up to you. But for this week, our glow up goal, our glow up challenge, our glowing up in action is in our journal. I want you to journal out one thing of gratitude every day. Okay, even if it's just thank you for being able to move my limbs. Thank you for being able to breathe. I am grateful for the ability to even go to work, even though you just might not really be changing perspective. Because, yeah. So, daily gratitude, it doesn't have to be anything big. It can literally be, like I said, something as small as thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. I am so grateful that I have a job. I am so grateful that I have a place to lay my head. I am so grateful for the people that are around me that love me. Okay, it can be one sentence, two sentences, it can be an entire paragraph. You can write a book for all I care about of all things that you're grateful for. But that's our glow up goal in action this week, to help change perspective, to help not let that negative cloud, that sadness, that darkness consume and take over. So yes, that is our glow up goal for the week. Let me know how it goes for you guys. Cool. So now that we are all glowing, growing, and going, let's go ahead and see who we are in step with on today. Okay, guys. So for this week's shared steps, I want to give flowers to Dr. Thema Bryant. As I was researching who I wanted to highlight for this week's share steps, Dr. Bryant's name kept coming up. The more I learned about her story, the more intrigued I became. Dr. Bryant is a licensed psychologist, ordained minister, professor, best-selling author, and someone who has dedicated her life to helping people heal and grow. What stood out to me wasn't just everything she's accomplished, but the heart behind her work. She has a way of talking about healing, faith, resilience, and mental wellness that feels both honest and hopeful. One thing I really admire is that she doesn't shy away from the hard parts of life. Instead, she encourages people to acknowledge where they are while believing that healing and growth are still both possible. I think that's such an important reminder, because so often we feel like we have to choose between being honest about our struggles or being hopeful about our future. And she genuinely reminds us that we can do both. So this week, we're giving flowers to Dr. Thema Bryant. Thank you for the work you're doing, the lives you're impacting, and for reminding us that healing isn't about having all the answers. It's about continuing to show up for yourself, one step at a time. So now that we are all in step, let's go ahead and set the mood with some tunes. So for this week's Her Playlist, we have 3 songs. The first song is The Climb by Miley Cyrus. It is a staple. Everybody knows because, like I've been saying, changing perspective. Life is a journey. And yeah, you're going to fall and you're going to make mistakes and all of the things. And it's all about the climb. It's all about the way you get back up. It's all about the way you continue to press on and press forward. And that's why the song is on this playlist for this week. The next song is Rise Up by Andre Day. Because one, I feel like you never know who really is around you, supporting you and lifting you up and encouraging you and wanting you to go forward and all of the things. But also, the song embodies choosing to rise up, choosing to press forward, choosing to change your perspective and take that step and keep on going and keep on moving and having the strength and stride and just pressing on, okay? And then the last song for this playlist, which is like an added bonus because this wasn't planned at first. But the next song that I wanted to add to this playlist is One Step at a Time by Jordan Sparks. And I feel like that song embodies this entire episode, and you could honestly listen to it by itself on repeat. And it'll talk, it's just one step at a time. There's no need to rush. It's like learning to fly or falling in love. If it's going to happen, yeah, it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. And we find the reasons why one step at a time. So you just have to be able to trust yourself and trust God and trust that everything is going to work itself out, and it is working itself out, and it's all working in your favor, just one step at a time. Okay, so that is the playlist for this week. So now that the mood is set with our tunes, let's go ahead and walk through this thing, y'all. Okay, so for this week's episode, I just wanted to take the time because I came across this video on my TikTok. It was so random, and I don't know. I sat and watched the entire, I don't know. It was a long video because, on TikTok now you can do up to 10 minutes. It was pretty long. I don't think it was 10 minutes long, but it was a pretty long video. And so the video was of this sea baby turtle hatchling, and it was making its first trip to the ocean. Like, it literally had just hatched out of its egg and it's on its way to the ocean, right? Cool. So that's what the video is. And like the whole time I could not help but take, observation, put my student hat on, and like think about the things that I noticed and what it was teaching me, what I felt like it was teaching me. And so the first thing that I noticed was that the turtle had to make the journey itself. Some people may know. If you don't know, it is very crucial and important that you don't carry the sea turtle to the ocean. You have to allow it to make its way. Once it hatches, you have to allow it to have that journey to the ocean on its own. For a multitude of reasons and things like that. And so in the video, there is a man recording, like the person recording is a man, and you can hear him in the background, and he is encouraging the baby sea turtle, but he never picks it up. And to somebody, it just can, like, someone who doesn't understand why he did it, like, the first thing that can come to your mind is like, why? Like, why would he not help the baby turtle? Save the turtle, save the sea turtles, kind of thing. And it's just like, why was he speaking encouragement to it and not actually physically helping the baby turtle when he has the capacity and ability to help the baby turtle? And like I said, it's very crucial. This is a very crucial journey for the baby sea turtle, because literally its survival depends on it. It teaches the turtle so many things. It helps build it's not fins, but his arms, like his ligaments and his legs to handle the sea. Like, it helps build the endurance, and it helps the baby sea turtle prepare for its next phase in life in so many ways. And so if the man actually came in and picked it up and put it in the ocean, it would have hindered it. It would have actually caused the baby sea turtle so much harm. Right? And I just couldn't help but to take the moment and connect it back to just and I couldn't help but to just take the moment and connect it back. Maybe not just to connect it back to my life, but also just life in general. And because there's seasons where all people can offer is encouragement. Like, they literally can't do anything. Like, they don't have the capacity, or they don't have the knowledge on how to help you, or they literally cannot carry you until the next phase or carry you into the next moment. And I understand, like, that can feel so frustrating at times. I've been frustrated at times when somebody is telling me is encouraging words and that I can do it and that I can press forward and that I'm such a strong person and that I'm so smart. Da, 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 da. That's literally the last thing you want to hear when you're actually in the thick of it, going through it. You want somebody to help you. And I can be honest and sit here and say there has been plenty of times where I was looking around and I just wanted to be rescued. I wanted somebody to carry me to the ocean, whatever that actual destination was. Countless times, many seasons, many moments in life so far where I just felt helpless and I wanted someone to come in and carry me. Someone to come in and actually take me to the next phase in life, and I didn't want to figure it out. I didn't want to have to learn it. I'm so tired of learning. I'm so tired of struggling. I'm so tired of having to figure things out. I'm so tired of having to think for myself all the time. As crazy as that sounds, I've had moments like that. I can be honest and say I've had many moments like that. Okay. But when you're in the thick of it, you don't want to be told, yeah, you're so strong. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, like those encouraging words in the moment can feel like a weighted blanket, or no, because weighted blankets are comforting. It can feel like an anchor, as if people have this expectation of you to always figure it out. And sometimes that's literally what that season is for. Sometimes that's literally what that moment is for, to prepare you, to strengthen you, for you to figure it out so you won't have to depend on anybody. So you won't have to need someone to come and rescue you. So you can actually build up the resilience. You can learn the things you need to learn in order to navigate and move forward in the next phase of life. And besides that, looking back, maybe encouragement was, like I said, maybe that was all they actually could give. And all in all, maybe that's what I truly needed, even when I couldn't see it myself. Okay. And then the second observation that I had was that baby turtle didn't know who was cheering for it. He was completely clueless to the man that was speaking encouraging words over it, because I don't know if it was a boy or girl. But it was completely clueless to the man that was speaking encouragement into it while it was on its path, while it was on its journey. And it was completely oblivious to the woman that was in wanting to do something more than just watch it struggle, but wanting it to also be able to make it on its own. It had absolutely no idea that it had an audience cheering it on to survive, cheering it on to thrive and make it to the next phase of its life. It was just following its instinct. And there's many times that I have been so focused that I lost sight of the people that have been in my corner, the people that have been encouraging me, and I just couldn't hear them cheering me on. And I had, like I said, such tunnel vision, and I felt alone. I was convinced I was alone so many times, and I just allowed it to become so overwhelming. But watching that video, it gave me a moment to just be like, maybe I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't as alone as I thought. And I just had to take a step back and take a moment to be honest and take into account the people that were always there, the people that have been there, the people that aren't even there now but were there in those seasons and in those moments, truly cheering me on. That turtle didn't know. And you never know who's cheering you on. It might feel so lonely. It might feel so frustrating, but it could simply be you having such a tunnel vision and tunnel focus and only seeing things one way that you ignore the people that are there encouraging you, the people that are there who want you to be better, the people that are there that are wanting better, who want to see you succeed, who are happy and have joy from your success. Because I can be honest and say I have been a victim. Well, not a victim. I have been one to perpetrate that. I have been one to ignore and allow the negative cloud to make it seem as if I truly was doing it all on my own and no one could see me. I didn't feel seen, and I didn't think anyone was trying to see me. But in reality, At least in my reality, that wasn't true. I just had to take the time to take a step back, take a moment, reflect, and be honest. And then the next observation I had is that not everyone will understand your journey. So, like as I mentioned, it was a man recording and he was speaking encouraging words to the turtle and wanting him to make it, wanting it to make it and all those things, right? But there was also a woman on the like in the video. You can hear her voice in the background, and she wanted to help. She wanted to carry the turtle. She legit kept asking over and over, why can't we just pick it up and put it in the water? And what was so crazy is the man kept saying, we can't. It's literally crucial for its survival. We cannot help it get in the water. It has to figure it out. It has to learn. And she just kept repeating over and like she kept asking so many times in the video, like why? But here's the thing, it wasn't coming up from a place of, discouragement. It wasn't coming from a place of not wanting the turtle to, survive and to live. She just genuinely, she didn't want to watch the turtle struggle, and it was hurting her to watch the turtle struggle. And sometimes it made me think and realize that sometimes the people who love you, the people who care about you and deeply, deeply, truly love you and want to see you succeed and still want to understand, you know, and still want to like cheer you on and help as much as they can, but they genuinely won't understand the journey that God has you on. They will never be able to understand the choices you make. They don't understand the assignment, and it doesn't make them bad people. Because they're still there cheering you on. They're still there in your corner. They still want to help you. They still want to do something, but they just genuinely don't understand what's going on. And they don't understand what your choices are. They don't understand why this is the way you decide to go, why this is what's happening. They just know what they see, and they're going to keep asking over and over. And like I said, that doesn't necessarily make them all bad people. Now, some people in your life, yeah, they are trying to speak negativity over whatever you're doing. But then there are those you have to take the time to acknowledge and just, they genuinely don't get it. Like, the ignorance is not malicious. It genuinely isn't. And they just simply don't understand. And some people will never understand until the end result happens. And even when the end result happens, they still won't understand, but they will understand the success. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense, because it made sense in my brain. And then the next thing that I observed while watching this was that for the baby turtle, the path was nowhere near straight. It had so many obstacles in its way, you know, but the point of it was that every obstacle, every turn, every struggle that the baby turtle had on his journey to the ocean, its journey was still its journey. The path wasn't broken, okay? This was just the path, if that makes sense. Like, it needed to go this way. It needed to crawl over the seaweed. It had so many ups and downs, and sometimes those ups and downs moved it forward, and sometimes he got tired, and sometimes, different things happened along the way as the turtle made its way to the ocean. But the obstacles did not hinder the turtle from making its way to the ocean. It was just a part of its journey. And so I just had to take a moment and just be like, obstacles, trials, tribulations, things that I never thought I'd have to deal with, situations and scenarios where I'm like, how in the world did I end up here? Never thought I'd be in this place. Never thought this would be happening to me. Never thought this would be part of my story, you know? But it is. It has been. And just because these things have happened, just because these things have been said, just because I've lost these people, just because these people have come in my life, just because these people have left, so on and so forth, all the different things, all the different trials, all the no's, all the maybes, the you're okay, or not what I'm looking for, all of the things are, they don't make, they are part of the journey for whatever reason, and they are building blocks into making me stronger and to making me a better person. And I just have to take the time to, like, looking at this baby turtle, it made me realize, like, because everything it came across, every seaweed, every struggle, every sand dune, every little thing that got in its way, was part of its journey. For whatever reason, it was part of its path. And just because it wasn't straight, just because it didn't go the straight route, didn't change the destination, didn't change the end result. It didn't stop the baby turtle. So yeah. And then, like, tying all that in again, like, together, the baby turtle had to choose to keep moving forward. It gave me a different perspective on survival of the fittest. And it gave me a different understanding of what it means to be strong and pressing on and being and, like, choosing to move forward and choosing to keep going. Because, like I said, it had the obstacles in its way and it things that made the turtle just stop and take a break. It rested. It paused. It recovered. And then it moved. That baby turtle didn't let anything stop it. It took its moments. It took its time. But what I took away from that was that survival isn't about not ever stopping. Making it to the end, making it to the destination isn't about not stopping. It isn't about not taking rest. It isn't about having to push yourself beyond your means. Like, it you can stop. You can rest. But it's about not quitting. It's about choosing not to give up. It's about choosing to take that next step. It's about choosing to take that next breath. It's about choosing to take that next leap. It's about choosing to have faith. It's about choosing to have hope. It's about choosing to continue and move forward, regardless of what gets thrown your way, regardless of what happens, regardless of what tries to stop you. Take a moment, breathe. Give yourself some grace. And then choose to keep going. And then, like, the last observation that I had while watching that video was that every single thing prepared that baby turtle for the ocean. You know? And it wasn't that the ocean it wasn't the reward. It wasn't like, it wasn't making it to the ocean wasn't the reward. It was the reason for all of the obstacles. It was the reason for everything that had happened to that baby turtle within those first few moments of life, first few moments of hatching, from the man encouraging it, from the woman not understanding why they couldn't help but wanting to help and wanting to see the baby turtle make it, from every obstacle, from every slide, from every sand dune, from every dry seaweed that it had to crawl over, coral, whatever it was, every little thing that got in that baby turtle's way, it all had a purpose. It all served a purpose, and that purpose was to help it be able to survive on its own, to help it to survive and live in the water. It taught it to trust its instinct. It built its strength in its new arms and limbs. It gave it resilience. And as cliche as it may sound, maybe everything that I am walking through currently right now isn't just random. And that's such a hard realization. That's a hard, honest thing for me to say. Because, like I said, when you're in the thick of it, when you're actually going through it, when you're navigating it, bruh, the way it actually feels is kind of crazy. And I hate to hear it myself. I hate to be told it myself. I am stubborn as a bull when it comes to that. And sometimes I just want to be a big old baby and cry and vent. And I just want all the world to come and fix it and make everything better. Okay? But I have to be honest and I have to take a moment, take a step back, shift my perspective and be real and honest with myself and take count and choose to see the betterment that is coming from everything. Choose to see the lessons, choose to see the growth, and choose to keep moving on regardless of what is thrown my way. And trust and believe that it's all making me better. It is all serving a purpose for whatever is next in my life. And it hits very different when you're the one to realize it for yourself. And, that's just, I can say, yeah, I'm here. I don't know if I'll be here the next time something happens and comes around in my life. But I can be honest and say right now, I'm here. So here we are. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Okay? So I say all of that to say that maybe you're in your turtle season. Maybe I'm in my turtle season. Crawling, tired, obstacle after obstacle, wondering why nobody is carrying me, wondering why nobody is coming to your rescue. And the truth is, and a realization that everything is serving a purpose, and it's probably all just because it's making you stronger for the ocean that you're headed toward. It is building you for the next season, for the next phase, for that next door that you'll be able to walk through. Okay, so now we have reached the part of the episode where I want to hear your voice, your testimonials, anything that you have learned, advice. And if you would like some advice from me, I will give it the best shot I got. Not certified, and I am not licensed, but I can give you some big sis advice. All right, you can write those letters, and well, you can email those letters to lettersalongtheway@gmail.com. That is LETTERSALONGTHEWAY @gmail.com. So, as we reach the grace note for this week's episode, all of this has reminded me of a quote or saying that an elder of my church used to always say, and it's that every smile ain't for you and every frown ain't against you. Okay, your perception versus the reality of what's actually going on, and your understanding, and just like the turtle, so many things are happening. Turtle didn't know who was encouraging it. Turtle didn't know if it was going to make it through the obstacles. Turtle didn't know if it was even going to make it to the ocean. Turtle probably didn't even know where it was trying to get to. It was just trusting his instinct and going for it and choosing to keep going. And like I said, didn't know it had people cheering it on. Didn't know anything about that. Didn't know if the obstacles were there to help him or hurt him. Didn't know any of that. And sometimes I know personally for me, I have fallen victim to just mislabeling things where I feel like it's more so against me rather than for me. And so not even just in terms of people, but like I said, obstacles, different trials and tribulations, different circumstances and situations can feel like the world is just trying to beat you, weigh you down, tear you down, okay? And even if that's so, we got to take the time to take our power back and shift our perspective, all in all. So, yeah, that's the grace note. Just remember, every smile ain't for you, but every frown ain't against you. It's all about your perspective and how you take it. So, as we are rounding out this week's episode, I just would like to say thank you guys once again for joining me on this ride and tuning in on another lovely Tuesday. If it's Tuesday when you're listening, or whatever day you're listening, thank you for listening. I appreciate it all so much. And don't be scared to email those letters in to lettersalongtheway@gmail.com. Also, comment down below. Let me know how you're feeling, what's going on. Interact with your girl. Let me know what that summer bucket list is looking like. Hey, are you like me where you got so caught up in life that it just ex-nayed on the summer bucket list? Or what? What's going on? What's good? How did daily devotion, meditation, morning meditation, whatever, how did that go for you? And then also, what's your first moment of gratitude? What is going to be your first journal of gratitude? Let me know those different things down below in the comments, okay? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you have any other inquiries and you want to contact me or the podcast, you can send those emails into herpace@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to follow the podcast at herpace on social social media platforms. You can also take the time to follow me, your host, Shay, at Reshae on social media platforms as well. I promise I don't bite. So, yes, once again, thank you guys for joining me for another episode. And until next week, guys, remember to pause, breathe, take a beat, and also give yourself some grace. Bye.